Hey everyone. So my project is on the effect of labels on Tinder, a mass dating app, and the correlation that those labels had with my likability. So I set up my Tinder account and I put 5 pictures of myself. Those 5 pictures remained basically the same except for when I used 2 different labels, which I'll get to in a minute. So the different labels that I chose were vegan, feminist, single mother of a beautiful baby girl, make America great again, and bisexual. And the way I set it up was that every 2 days I would switch my bio. And what I would do is that I would unmatch everybody who had matched me for the previous bio. And I would start all over again in order to get a new amount of likes and have better data. So the reason I did this was because I was interested how much a bio or a label had to do with likability on a mass dating app such as Tinder, which is also used massively in hookup culture. And I wanted to see that if it did affect likability, what were the labels that got most attention, which ones didn't get attention, and once they swipe left, which is saying, yes, I accept, yes, I like this person, yes, I want to match with them, I wanted to see if my bio had anything to do. I wanted to see if my label had anything to do with how they would initiate a conversation. Would they not pay attention to it at all and just focus on my physical appearance, what they see in the pictures? Or would they use my bio, my label? So the first one I did was vegan. I know that it gets ridiculed a lot. I'm a pescatarian, and a lot of people, even with that, they're very skeptical. They make fun of me, like, oh, you're weird, you don't eat meat. And with vegan, I have a lot of vegan friends, and I see it happen a lot too. And knowing how vulgar Tinder can be sometimes, I was interested to see how far people would take it. But what I got was that in 2 days, I got 253 matches. And out of those, 80 people initiated conversations. Also, it's important to say that I was matching everybody, so I was swiping left for everybody in order to not discriminate or have any, subjective preference to the men. The only ones that I swiped right for, so I didn't like, were the ones that had friends in common with me or had friends that had friends in common with me. Tinder has a little icon that shows you that, and I didn't want that to affect the experiment, so I swiped no to all of them. So with vegan, I got 253 matches, and 80 of them initiated conversation. Some of them were interested, I don't think is the word, but they used it. So I had a guy who said, sup vegan, instead of saying, sup Pia. So my label automatically became my name. Others just decided to stereotype it do you like kale? So how about tofu? But others were, a little bit more interested in what dating me would imply or what hooking up with me would imply. So I had one guy ask me that if my significant other ate a steak, would he have to brush his teeth before kissing me? Or there was another guy who was like, well, I'm not vegan, how important is that to you and a potential partner? So that was good, but then again, I also got a lot of people who were vulgar and just didn't, the bio, the label didn't play into my likability at all. Some of them were like, just first thing they said is, get into my bed, please. Or, you are so hot. When can I have it? You and your body. So things like that, which just, yeah. Anyway, so with vegan, that was my result. Then I wondered what would happen when I became a feminist. And my likability went down to 156 matches. And out of those, only 35 men initiated conversation. That to me was, I am in real life a hardcore feminist, and that to me was, I guess it was pretty shocking because, well, it wasn't shocking, but it was disappointing that I guess, a strong woman who believes in equal rights. My likability went down almost by 100 people, and the people that initiated conversation went down by more than 50%. And there were some people who were like, so, I heard you're a feminist. And I was like, yes, that is clearly what my bio says. And then they just wouldn't answer again. There was one guy who, the first thing he said was, me too. And I was like, awesome. And then I said, how are you? Never answered. There were other people who asked, well, how feminist are you? And upon reflection, I was like, so do you want to know if I shave my legs? Sort of thing. I'm going to make this a little quicker now. So after that, I went with single mother of a beautiful baby girl. Now, in this label, I did change one of my pictures. I switched out one where I was on vacation with my sister and we took a picture with an elephant. I deleted that one and I put a new picture with my boyfriend's newborn niece. It's a picture that we took the day she was born. And so I just put that to make it more like in your face, I'm a mom sort of thing. And before that, I thought that this label wasn't going to have a lot of positive reaction to it. But I talked to my guy friends about it, and they're like, no, that's really hot. Like, it's a fantasy of a lot of guys to be with, like, a mom. Like, that's a MILF. I was like, what, really? They're like, yeah, like, it's a fantasy. It's not someone that you would want to date long term, but it's someone that you would want to hook up with. So, where are my... There we go. So, I got 200 likes, and 85 men initiated conversation with me. And it wasn't one of those things where people were mean about it, which I thought they would be. But a lot of the people were actually very, very supportive. Like, hey, congratulations on your baby girl, or your baby's really beautiful, congratulations on being a mother. I know, like, when you're young, it's really tough, or how do you do it being in New York, or I never dated a hot mom before. And one guy was like, so, what's it like to be a MILF when you're 24? So I got a lot of that, but then as a vegan and even as with feminist, I did get conversations that had nothing to do with my bio and just completely objectified me. This one guy just flat out said, like, hey, would you sit on my face? So up till now, there were more people talking to me about my labels, but there were definitely people who didn't pay attention to it at all, and physical appearance in the photos was all they looked at. So then for my fourth label, I chose Make America Great Again, which, for those who don't know, is Donald Trump's slogan for his presidential campaign. And I'm a huge Democrat and absolutely despise Donald Trump's political views. So I was very interested to see where this would lead. And I was very happy because it was the label that got the least amount of likes and the least amount of conversations initiated. I got, after 2 days, I got 63 matches and only 18 of them initiated a conversation with me. As the same, some of them did talk about the bio. I got this one guy who went on like this huge rant of why he was pro-Trump and why Democrats were ridiculous, and I had to like bite my tongue not to snap at him. And other people just, same, objectified. And for my last one, I put bisexual. And I thought that this was going to have a huge amount of likability. I mean, which it did. But after 2 days, I got 256 matches and 120 initiated conversations with me, which I wasn't surprised at. But a lot of people were more interested in me as a person rather than in the bio. However, there were people I had this one guy who was like, so my girlfriend is curious. Want to grab a drink with us sometime? To which I just answered like, wait, you think I'm down with a threesome just because I put my sexuality out there? He was like, no, that's fine. You can hook up and I'll just watch. Not what I was going for. But I have 20 seconds left, and it was very insightful to see what labels did to my likability and how they actually do influence in mass dating apps such as Tinder. And yeah, It was pretty interesting.